biblical case for universalism.
Jesus' parables. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth and the images of Gehenna, and it seems like unending torment of what we would mostly all think of as hell. Well, there's also images of annihilation, though. The wheat and the chaff. What happens to the chaff? It's thrown into the fire. What happens then? It's burned up. It's gone. What happens to the straw that's put into the oven? Another image Jesus uses in the parable. Well, it's burned up. It's gone. So these are images of annihilation, not of unending torment. What about Isaiah 66? The worm, right, eats them forever and ever. Well, as any annihilationist will want to point out, it's the worm that's forever, not the corpses. They're dead. So even that image, right, is sort of like, doesn't quite fit the eternal conscious torment picture, even though the people appeal to that. Jude specifically says, he uses the term eternal fire. That's the exact term you will find, for example, in Matthew 25. Eternal fire. But then he says, and Sodom and Gomorrah are given to us as an example of this. Well, what happens in Sodom and Gomorrah? They don't just burn forever. In fact, the emphasis in the original story is that it takes very little amount of time for them to be utterly incinerated. So the image, even there, as the example that Jude gives for eternal fire, I would say better and more immediately fits like an annihilationist view.